Why is a entrepreneur, a grown-up guy, wearing a bear suit in the office? I'm going to share you in this video on why it actually made my company a lot of money and how it might do the same thing for you. So my name is Wilco Kreij, and no, I'm not selling bear costumes. I'm not. Maybe I should, but I'm not. My business isn't even remotely related to bear costumes, and I just want to get out of this costume as fast as possible because it's insane. But like I said, it did make my business quite a bit of money, because when you're trying to grow your business, right? If you're like me, that's what you're trying to do. And if you want to do that, if you want to get people to buy your products or buy your services, then it's not going to happen automatically. Like, you've probably heard the saying, hey, if I build it, they will come. It's not true. I've tried it. It is not true. We need to market our products and services, right? It doesn't matter how you do it, but you need to put in the effort. Whether you create an UpViral campaign in order to get your business to go viral and build up an email list, or whether it is to run Facebook ads or YouTube ads or whatever it is, but you need to get people into your world, right? To be able to know about your product or service, and then to actually become a client, right? Let's say you start running Facebook ads, right? I love Facebook ads, it's awesome. And you're saying things like, hey, you got this problem, I got the solution. You got this problem, I've got the solution. You know what that is? It's boring. It is boring, because people are on Facebook for a completely different reason. They're like, oh wait, like, see, my neighbor has a new cat. And you know, that guy I met 3 years ago on that trip in South Africa? He's eating lunch today, right? That's what people are looking for on Facebook, crazily enough, right? And they're not looking for your product. So what you are a distraction. You are in their newsfeed while they're not looking for it, they're not waiting for that. So what are they doing? They're just scrolling past you, right? And you can have a good message. Maybe they do have a problem, right? And you were perfect for solving that. Like, your product or service solves that, it's perfect. But if they don't actually hear your message, they don't see it, they don't know about it, and therefore they're not going to buy a product as well. So how do you do that? Well, first of all, you need them to pay attention, right? Even if just for a little bit. You need them to stop scrolling. You need to do something that stands out. It's like, whoa, what's that, right? Let me just look at that. And how do we do that? Well, I've tried all kinds of different ways. One of them being this weird costume. And it actually worked. I was literally dancing around like a weird Dutch monkey in a bear suit. Technically not a monkey, it's a bear. I was jumping around for the first couple of seconds in a video ad just to make sure I got the attention, right? And yes, I told the story so that it was related. It was not completely like, why is this monkey jumping on my news feed? There was a point I was making as well. But the reason why I did it, ask yourself this: how often did you spot a jumping monkey or bear on your newsfeed today or even last month? My guess is not a lot. So if you would see one, it would definitely, even for a little bit, it would grab your attention. It's like, what's that, right? And sometimes, even though we think like, oh, but I don't want to do weird stuff to grab the attention, sometimes we need to grab the attention just to get people to listen. And then we can actually take over and start with good content. Get people to, inform them, help them, provide value, right? And assuming they appreciate that value, they can then move on to your value ladder and actually become a client later on, right? But you need to grab the attention first. I even want to share a practical tip for you as well. At some point I was running a lot of, I'm still running a lot of Facebook ads, but at some point I had a call from Facebook, and they asked me like, hey, you wanna go through your account together? I'm like, sure, why not? Let's go over it together, right? And he asked me like, hey, how long do you think people are watching your video on average? And I had no clue. I didn't look at that number. And it turns out that the average watch time for every video was like 5 seconds. And that, I was like, what? Are you serious? Like, that showed me an important lesson. Like, most people, they'll watch the video for just a few seconds, and that's when they'll decide, it's like, hey, is it something for me, right? So when I heard that, I was like, all right, the first couple of seconds of a video are most important part of the rest of the video. So what I stopped doing beforehand, I always created multiple video ads to see which one works best, right? I stopped doing that. And now I just create one video ad. That's it, one. But I create multiple introductions. So the first 5 seconds, 10 seconds, sometimes even 3 seconds, That's what I record separately, right? And that's where, for example, I use that suit, jumping around, to grab the attention. I did card tricks to grab the attention. I even made an explosion, like, right? And right after that first introduction, I continue and I actually start with, conveying the message. I talk to them what the problems they have so that they think, hey, it's actually for me. Because if I would just be jumping around in the bear suit, they'll be like, hey, this is not for me. So that's for like 2 seconds or whatever. Then I continue. And that's really my point here. So even if you solve an amazing problem, you do that amazingly well, and even if your message is on point, and you know, like, if people are listening, they would be, willing to be, there will be a customer of yours. Even if that is the case, you still need to grab the attention. And so my question to you is, what can you do to grab the attention? You don't have to do silly things like that, but how do you go against what is the norm? How do you zig or the zag or the zig, however you want to do it? Because that is what grabs the attention. How do you do something different where people are like, wow, that's how you grab the attention. So that's what I wanted to share with all of you today. And if you like that, actually, you know what? While you drop a comment down below, I'm just going to grab the suit again, and I'm going to ask you, as a bear, please leave a comment down below. I would appreciate that. So I know that you're watching this video. And with that having said, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.